Hello, I'm Wind Up Harlequin, and welcome to my Dark Souls 3 Let's Play. As a massive Dark Souls fan, I am very excited to start this. Usual settings. Not sure about cinematic effects, that seems to be a new option, but I'll leave it on default.
Yes, indeed. It is called Lothric, where the transitory lands of the Lords of Cinder converge. In venturing north, the pilgrims discover the truth of the old words. The fire fades, and the lords go without thrones. When the link of fire is threatened, the bell tolls, unearthing the old lords of Cinder from their graves. Aldrich, saint of the deep, Farron's undead legion, the Abyss Watchers. And the reclusive lord of the profaned capital. Yon the giant. Only in truth, the lords will abandon their thrones. And the unkindled will rise. Nameless, accursed undead, unfit even to be cinder. And so it is that ash seeketh embers.
Okay. So, in typical Dark Souls fashion, that intro tells us almost nothing of definite information. But that is a super cool opening. It looked a little bit like Firelink. Yeah, okay. The first difficult question, of course, is what to name my character. I'm going to go with mature. And I've been thinking about this. I think I'm going to try and go for a quality build, which is, for anyone who hasn't played Dark Souls, a mix between strength and dex. I kind of want to be able to try out most of the weapons, and I think going for a straight up dex or strength build, as those are the two stats that kind of determine weapon usage the most. I don't want to get stuck into either one of those, at least to begin with. So, immediately there's a couple of things I've noticed. So, the cleric, the description is a travelling cleric who collapsed from exhaustion, and the deprived ends with either an unfathomable fall in life or was stripped of possessions upon burial, which indicates that at least those two, and probably all, or indeed the player character, is definitely an undead, which is taken for granted, but nevertheless it kind of gives the backstory of our character as being someone who has died previously to starting the game. So I think I'm going to start off as a knight, just for the general stat distribution. Quite pleased to see that they've gotten rid of the agility stat from Dark Souls 2, which was slightly contentious in that it really only affected roll speed and iframes, which, while incredibly useful, was still a bit of a pain to have to dump points and levels into that specifically, instead of going for more general character stats. So Burial Gift, again reinforcing the notion that we have definitely died. Red Life Ring. Divine Blessing. On my very first playthrough of Dark Souls 1, when I had no idea what the game was about, I chose Divine Blessing as my starting item, and then promptly used up 3 of them, which I think is all you're given, in the tutorial area while I was still trying to figure out the buttons, so that was great. In general, not particularly useful, just because Estus and other healing items are fairly plentiful, and it's generally they're generally better items to have. So fully restores FP, which I guess will be the magic bar, which I know has been added back from Demon Souls. There's now a bar under health and stamina that corresponds to your magic, which I think is what this is. Soften the soul of one who slept beside you. Is that past relationship, or possibly your corpse was tossed in a pit with countless others, other undead. Both of those sound quite fun. Those are definitely PvP items. I think I'm going to go for the fire gem, simply because of the utility of being able to level up weapons sooner. Face presets. That is a very heavy brow. And that is incredibly orange. Does he even have eyes? And, well, Dark Souls and Bloodborne 2 have truly quite incredible faces. I'm gonna go for Restorer Noble. Yeah, burly. I'm also going to go back to young because even mature seems to have quite a few wrinkles. Fine, gender, yeah. There is a voice setting. Interesting. Yep. It's like day in Dark Souls. Yeah, I'm not going to spend too much time, I think, on all of this, but the hairstyles, and I like the ability to add the female hairstyles to characters regardless of gender. That's always a nice touch. Sure, why not? This is half the fun of the game already. Sure. That's enough dicking around with that. Let's get started. So, first of all, look at these graphics. This is absolutely gorgeous. I mean, FromSoft have always been incredible at environment art and setting up the particular aesthetic, but wow, this is... Bloodborne obviously had an incredible focus on its design, and it's great to see that level of fidelity and detail being carried over to the more traditionally gothic fantasy style of Dark Souls. The other thing that's interesting to note lore-wise immediately is you see us rising out from this coffin as a bell tolls, which, as per the opening cinematic, seems to be associated with the Lords of Cinder rising. So, what does that say about who our character was before he died? It's one of the major themes within the Dark Souls series is that of the cyclical nature of time and the constant lighting of the bonfires and then the slow descent back into darkness over and over again. So that seems to be kind of being pushed forward right from the get-go. So this is our longsword. So there's actually a wind-up associated with the controls on the heavy attack now. So if I just hit R2 for normal heavy attack, that goes like that, but I can hold it down for a longer and presumably higher damage attack. Have a normal Y two-hand, and that also has the same ability to hold it. Yay, parrying. I mean, it feels wonderfully responsive. It's... I mean, you kind of expect it now from FromSoft. You know, they've been honing the Dark Souls series for years. Yeah, just as good as Bloodborne. Ashen Estus Flask. So that's a new one. Is there... I don't know. I did treasure these dull ashen flasks. Fill with Estus at bonfires, and drink to restore FP. Quite befitting of an unkindled. An ashen Estus flask turn a bonfire's heat cold. Interesting. Even more interesting, the dark sign returns its bearers to the last bonfire rested at, or the bonfire at Firelink Shrine. Firelink? We know that place. So, that's kind of interesting and cool. We're back in Lordran. Dark Souls 2 obviously quite notoriously so went to a very different location that was never really established where it kind of sat in terms of time and space compared to Dark Souls 1, but this is definitely there's a direct reference there to Firelink, which was the home base from Dark Souls. And the good old backstabs. Oh. So this guy has an arrow. Or even a crossbow. High size. Well, two-handing use right weapon skills. Okay. Okay, so that just looks like normal strong attacks. People are already dying. Turn back. This is Dark Souls. Okay, there's a big moving. Yeah, I'm gonna turn back. Once I complete the rest of this tutorial area, I will have another go, but I don't want to die just yet. Nope. I'm slightly rusty. Wow. This is quite an impressive vista. Alright. This actually is instantly reminding me of the path down into the Tomb of the Giants from Firelink. But it is actually the Cemetery of Ash. Okay. Well, I'm going to clear these guys out, but then I kind of want to return to that big glowing thing. Still slightly used to the game mechanics of Bloodborne, which allows you to take a few more hits due to being able to recover your health by stabbing the person that stabbed you. And obviously that's not the case now, which kind of leads to me taking a few bad choices. Alright, kite this guy out, or get him to fall off the edge. Nope. Oh, hey, fire bombs. This whole area is looking rather precarious. Yeah, this cliff is rather deadly. Now, I do want to go back to that big blue glowing thing, but first of all I want to get that item. So, if I get to a good vantage point. That tree looks remarkably like Firelink, as does the temple ruins. So, I may be wrong, but I want to check that out. Okay. Nope. I may need to invest in agility. No, wait, that's Dark Souls 2. I may need to unencumber myself. There we go. I'm looking rather messy. And still no. Oh well. I'll come back. Is this a boss fight? I think it might be. Ludex Gundeer. Ouch! Nope. Nope. So as always, the trick is to not constantly hold your shield up, and also try not to roll into his attacks. Brilliant. Right, let's try that again. I also want to do one more. Nope. Just for the sake of potentially not dying quite as easily, gonna equip my armor. Oh, he has good tracking. Nope. Looks like he could have gone by down to third swing attack, so I didn't want to get too close. Oh, should have blocked. Ew. So in Dark Souls, one of the constant. Oh, okay. That's new. What the fuck? He's got a massive snake head and snake arm and oh my god. What? Okay, I'm gonna run away and heal and regroup. Oh, no. So that's interesting. I'm going to, at this point, say goodbye, and I'll be trying again in episode 2. Thanks for watching.